Now, let's begin strike number 1. From open leg stance, step your right foot forward while raising your right arm, placing it at the right side of your head, the stick at the right back side of your head. Execute a forehand strike hitting your opponent's left temple in one continuous movement. Draw your right arm back, placing at the left side of your head. With stiff place in your left backside, strike number 2. From last position of strike number 1, execute backhand strike hitting your opponent's right temple in one continuous movement. Throw back your right arm, placing it back to the right side of your head with sticks placed at the right backside of your head. Strike number 3. From last position of strike number 2, execute a forehand strike hitting your opponent's left shoulder in a one continuous movement. Roll back your right arm, placing it back to the left side of your head. Stick at the left back side of your head. Number 4. From last position of strike number 3, execute backhand strike hitting your opponent's right shoulder. In one continuous movement, draw back your right arm, placing it to the right side of your body with stick placed horizontally to the floor and pointing to your opponent's strike number 5. From last position of strike number 4, execute a forehand thrust hitting your opponent's stomach. Draw back your right arm and place it to the right side of your head. Stick this horizontally to the floor and pointing to your opponent. Strike number 6. From last position of strike number 5, execute a forward thrust hitting your opponent's left chest. In one continuous movement, draw back your right arm, placing your fist in front of your left shoulder and stick is pointing to your opponent. Strike number 7. Execute a back contrast hitting your opponent's right chest in one continuous movement. Move back your right arm and place it to the last position of strike number 6. Strike number 8. From last position of strike number 7, execute downward backhand strike to hit the right knee of your opponent. In one continuous movement, do back your right arm, placing it back to the right side of your head, which sticks placed at the right back side of your head. Strike number 9. From last position of strike number 8, execute a downward forehand strike to hit the left knee of your opponent. In one continuous movement, throw back your right arm, placing it back to the right side of your head, with stick pointing to your opponent. Strike number 10. From last position of strike number 9, execute a forehand thrust hitting your opponent's left eye. Draw back your right arm and place fist in front of your left shoulder, stick pointing to your opponent. And number 11, from the last position of strike 10, execute a backhand thrust hitting your opponent's right eye. In a one continuous movement, roll back your right arm and place it to the right side of your head, with stick pointing at the back. Strike number 12. From last position of strike number 11, execute forehand strike hitting the crown of the head. In one continuous movement, draw your right arm back like in attention stance, prepared to perform courtesy.